Alright, well today we're going to be talking about our division strategies. So I have them marked off in your math journal, so if you're at home and making this up or working on it, you can always just do it on a piece of paper and then we can put it into your math folder. But we're going to talk about our different division strategies. So right in the middle of your page, you can write the word division strategies. And every time you need to write something new, I've already typed everything up this time. So be sure to pause the video as you need to type or write. We're going to move around our page as though we were moving around a clock, which we would call that clockwise, because we're going to move to the right and move around. So in the top left, if you've divided your page into 4 areas, the top left would be arrays. Now we are going to first talk about just the division symbol. Okay, we've been talking about this a little bit with fractions, but this symbol right here is our division symbol. It says we're going to divide something, and just like with multiplication, we divide our numbers right now into equal groups. Okay, we are not going to be dividing parents. We're not going to have any remainders yet. We're just going to be working with our fact families and our multiplication that we've already been using, especially starting with the 10s and the 5s facts. Alright, so let's look under here and think about an array. When we do arrays, we do the side and the top, and we use that to be able to multiply. So let's do it with division. If we want to divide 40 by 4, okay, we want to start with 4 over on the side, just so we can start our first rows. So I did 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then what I would do is just get all the way up to 40 until you have these facts memorized. Okay, so the next row would be, let's see if it'll let me grab the box. Do 4 more. And then I would write 4 more. And just keep going down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Draw it out. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm not to 40 yet. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And again, you're writing this out. I've already done it. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Alright, now let's check it out. How did we do? Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so 40 divided into 4 equal groups is 10. And it's the same answer every time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So our answer is 40 divided by 4 equals 10. And I'll show this in 4 different strategies, and eventually you'll be able to pick your own. Okay, so if you learn with fact families and you are good at memorization and this is something fun for you, then memorizing these fact families, if you understand what it means, will be a lot of fun for you to be able to do. Okay, so 4 times 10. If you've already been working on memorizing this, then you would know that it is 40. And you would also know, because of the properties of multiplication, that 10 times 4, you can switch those around and you get the same answer. Okay, so it's either 4 groups of 10 or 10 groups of 4. Either way, you get the same answer. It would look differently if you had to set up a room, because you have 4 groups of 10 or 10 groups of 4, but either way you're going to get the same answer. Okay, let me move this over just a little bit more, and let's now apply that to division. Okay, so the reverse of multiplication is division. Okay, so once we've built up those groups, now we want to divide them back up. Okay, so if let me peek and see if I left it blank. I did. Okay, so let's start with 40 divided by 4. Okay, and these are all in one family. 4 divided by 4, 40 divided by 4 would be 10. Okay, so again, when you have 10 groups of 4, you get 40, and if you divide 40 into 4 groups, you have 10. Okay, and let's move on with this family, and you would write it like this: 40 divided by 10 equals 4. Okay, so this is another strategy. Let me move this box out of the way. Alright, so let's look down here at our number line. It's already showing through. But when I did the number line, again, I already drew it out, and of course with my mouse had to redraw it several times. Okay, so as you can see, I did this on purpose. If you were just sketching out a number line, the numbers aren't going to be perfectly even. If you want to use a ruler, you're welcome to. But I started with 40, and I divided that in half and did 20. So that way it was easier to mark my 30 and my 10. So let's count backwards. 40, 30, 20, 10. And then it was easier to mark my 5s lines. Okay, so here's 35. Here's, this one's not as easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, yes it is. It's big. 25. And then 15 is this bigger one. And then 5 is right here. So what I did is I subtracted 4 at a time. And then I marked every time the number of 4s that I subtracted from 40. Okay, so using subtraction on a number line is a way to divide it up evenly. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4. That was my first group. And remember, we count the spaces on a number line. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my second group. 1, 2, 3, 4. My third group. 1, 2, 3, 4. My fourth group. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my fifth group of 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my sixth group. 1, 2, 3, 4. My seventh group. 1, 2, 3, 4. My eighth group. 1, 2, 3, 4. My ninth group. And if I do it right, it will be exactly 4 here at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is my 10th group, and that is my answer. 40 divided into groups of 4 is 10. So that's using a number line. And if you look, that uses, if you're counting by 4, the number line, it'll count up all the way up to 40, and you can double check your answer that that's 10. So 4, 8, 12, and so on. Okay, so let's look over here at our equal groups. Again, be sure to pause all of this and write it out, and even take several minutes in between each of these strategies. We're going to be going over these strategies a lot. So I've already written out each of the equal groups, but when you're doing, here's our problem up here. 40 divided by 4 equals what? Just like we did the arrays in 4 groups, you could separate it and picture like a story problem like we've talked a lot about in class. Maybe you want to divide up, you have 40, I always say Skittles because it's easier to count, and you want to see, you want 4 groups of colors, and you have 40 Skittles, okay? So let's say we want red in one group, and purple in another group, and blue and green, whatever you have. Okay, and you, hold on, let me pause this and make this screen bigger just a second. Okay, so we have it divided into 4 groups, and I would write these X's one at a time, just like I did with the array. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come up here, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is especially helpful if you have something that you're working with, like maybe get 40 pennies and then get 4 cups. And you can practice division that way, seeing what the answer would be. And once you understand division and you get what it means to divide, and one of these strategies makes a lot of sense to you, then what you need to do is go ahead and start memorizing those facts as soon as possible. Don't wait. Just keep working on it and keep memorizing those facts. Alright, but if there's something you don't understand, please come talk to me and we can work through it. Alright, well here we go on our work with division.